What's up, ladies and gentlemen? You already know it's your boy DJ Energetic, and we are on that. Come on.
Today's hit music. Your music, your station.
Give me a T, give me an A, baby. That's DNA Radio on your dial, 93.7.
So you guys already know, man, it's DJ Energetic. So I just want to give a big shout out to all my sponsors, Hype Magazine. Shout out to Maverick Global Distribution, as well as big shout out to the YNVS, as well as the Fleet DJs. So today I am here with my boys. Shout out to Ambassador H and Ben Boo. Go ahead.
Ben Bacardi.
Yeah. So I'm going to talk to H for a second. H, how did you find Bacardi?
Well, Ben Bacardi is an astounding artist. You know, me growing up, I'm talking about like since I was 12 years old. You know, I watch him, go back to back as far as with my brother, and him and my brother had been doing music for quite some time. So it was pretty much part of my upbringing, So this right now on the horizon and him coming out and showing those that he has what it takes, I'm just really, really astounding and grateful. And I just embrace, his gift that he has.
So you said like you seen him work with like your brother and all that, or did you? Say,
like since I was like 12 years old.
Okay, like 12 years old.
Yeah,
so
like
Ben,
years.
So Mr. Ben Bacardi, let me ask you a quick question, right? When you started, how old were you when you started?
Probably like 15, 16, 17, something like that.
So what era do you say that basically a lot of, because your era to me is authentic 90s kind of style, which is dope. In early 2000s, I always look at that as being the hip hop golden era.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely the time period starting out, but as we all know, it could take a while to get on, so we still here, we still grinding and still hungry.
Nah, I loving that. Got the Dipset hat on and everything like that.
Dipset.
Yeah. So, okay. So, who was the first person you ever heard inside music, man, that made you want to do hip hop? Like, who you were like, "Ooh, man, that dude is nasty."
You talking to me or Age?
To you.
I say probably LL because LL. I'm from Queens, so LL's also from Queens, and he in late '80s, early '90s, he was.
Wait, say that again. LL Cool J, right?
Yeah, LL Cool J. He had the girl songs, he had the battle songs, he had the ultimate battles, the ultimate chick songs. Like he had all variety type of songs. So he wasn't just like a one-dimensional rapper. He was very much very very versatile. So I'd say LL Cool J.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can I say something real quick? He invented every style that you see in the broad day. Drake style, the battling style. That's what I get mad about with a lot of people. They don't mention LL, but I'm like, LL invented the word "go."
Yeah.
You understand?
Greatest of all time.
He invented the love narrow. Nobody was doing love until him. And then the Kool Moe Dee battles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why when people go, "Oh, LL," they don't mention LL, they mention Jay-Z. I'm like, nah. Because he's the originator.
Also, him versus Cannabis was a huge battle.
That was huge. That was huge. Queens.
Cannabis, right? Second round knockout. That was the hardest diss I have ever heard. And then LL said 99% of your fans, hey, Cannabis, you ain't understanding this because 99% of your fans don't exist. And I was like, whoa. But Cannabis killed him with that. Rip you from your tap, from your arm, stick you for your wrong, stick you for your van, go on the horn in front of your mom, your third, second, and third boy. Get on the way, get on the horn, go Minister Farrakhan so he can persuade me that's not shit. Get out of here. Get out of here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're a real hip-hop baby, you understand the art. Like, that's why I get really, not depressed, but kind of discouraged sometimes when you talk to the young guys because they don't know our era. You know what I'm saying? They think, oh, these guys are old school and they're like bubble gum. And nah, man. Our era was hand-to-hand combat, brother. You had to be in front of them.
That's a fact.
That's why I like your era when you say that, Bacardi, because now I understand that you're a performing artist. You definitely understand the music aspect. When somebody says freestyle, you're not gonna sit there and then read off a phone because you don't come from that era.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know. So okay, so LL Cool J, what song inspired you?
I like Around the Way Girl, Mama Said Knock You Out,
Girl,
the
lead
Booming
me
System.
around the way, girl.
He had the ultimate cipher songs too, 4 3 2 1. We all know.
Oh my God.
I Shot You was crazy, you know, Keith Murray, and yeah, and he had a lot of hits, a lot.
Man, let me tell you one thing with LL. He told everybody, he goes, I don't give a boo. Yo,
Mm-hmm.
only thing that gets me kind of with LL, and I always put my head down, is that Flavor in the Air remix, but I don't want to get on that.
Yeah, I actually that was a hot job. Biggie was on that too. Before Biggie dropped his album. That was a big song.
Well, Craig Mack is the reason why Biggie really caught that much hype, because Flavor in Your Ear made everybody realize who he really was.
Here
Mm-hmm.
comes a brand new flavor in your ear.
Yeah, but you know what? Just being in the industry, you guys understand this, right? We have seen, I think, like 4 decades already of rappers.
Mm.
No, I'm sorry, 5 decades.
Yeah, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 10s.
Man, that's what gets me kind of confused. Like, where did this other side of hip hop come from?
Outer space.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people get mad when I say this, but it's like we were born in the age of the hustler. They were born in the age of the fiend.
The orbs are here.
It's just too much, man. The music. So Bacardi, because it's time to get a little bit of deep, but all right. So, Round the Way Girls, one of the hottest joints I heard. That's actually my wife's favorite record, and she's from Queens. You know what I'm saying?
Queens.
So big
You already
shout
know.
out.
Outside, we here.
But man, like, Mama Gonna Knock You Out. So when you heard those joints and you heard LL Cool J, did you pick up a mic first and started rapping, or did you start writing rhymes?
Yeah, no, I was still a little too young, but it inspired in me like the love for hip hop and the love for the genre, you know. And I was still too young when those songs came out, but it was more like he was from my area, you know. He lived like 5-10 minutes. He grew up 5-10 minutes from where I grew up, so you know, someone from that area could really blow up and become like an international star in hip hop. It really shows you that like it's not just local anymore. It's not just, you know, tri-state. You know, someone like LL's movie star now around the world. Everyone knows who he is.
Sensational.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So it let you know, like, you know, you could really do something like that. It was just inspiring and motivating.
You ever bump into him? You ever seen him, bump into him in Queens?
No, but actually, I have bumped into him in the mall. Matter of fact, at Roosevelt Field. I was in college. I was going to Nassau Community, and he was in there, and he was in a store. I forgot which store it was, but I said what's up to him. He was cool. You know, I told him I really appreciate his music, and yeah, and he was cool. Yeah, he was just, you know, just regular dude walking through the mall. He didn't have a bunch of security or nothing, but down to earth. You know,
most definitely.
What's crazy about the old school can walk without no security and just be loved. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I feel like our like 90s era or in 2000s era, like with 50 Cent, Ja Rule, I feel like that's when people really started beefing up the security. I'm gonna say like 2004, man. 2004, that's when the hip hop started getting crazy. Maybe in the 90s, 1999, 1998.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, you never seen it with no security, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Like I see Rakim, like if I bump into Rakim or if I see Eric or any of them, they're just with their boys. They're not, you know what I'm saying? They're really
nonchalant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
that's how it should be too. You don't want to be like somewhere you can't go because you're gonna get mobbed by people. You know, that's not fun.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like that's the question right there. At the end of the day, right, fellas? At the end of the day, this is how I look at life, right? At the end of the day, just be yourself, man. I don't care. I see a lot of superstars running around in New York in their bikes. Not even people even recognize them, man, until they're inside that stage or in that mic.
That's it.
And I love it, and they love it too. So you did
Indeed.
bump into him in college. That's dope. Did he say
Yeah.
anything to you? Or he just said what up?
No, he was just cool. Just he was doing his own personal shopping, so I don't want to take too much of his time. I was just it was just so like, oh wow, that's LL Cool J right there.
This building, yeah.
Yeah.
Any other rappers?
Where that motivated me growing up.
Yeah, because you're probably in the era of LA ain't nothing to change.
Yeah,
To say ain't always what it
yeah,
seems.
yeah. Like Mobb Deep, they were also from Queens. Of course, Nas from Queens. When
Let's
he
go.
also
Oh,
when he came out, it was like, but I mean, Nas was on a whole other level. But Mobb Deep, even though Prodigy was very complicated, Havoc wasn't so much complicated as a lyricist. So it lets you know that you don't have to be a Nas or a Prodigy to do hip hop lyrically. You could dumb it down a little bit and maybe catch on to it. So I'd say Mobb Deep was very, very influential because you had the Prodigy who was like some of his lyrics you had to take out a dictionary to figure out what he was talking about. But Havoc was a little more simplified. Even though he's dope, he was more simplified where you could say, I might be able to do that. So Mobb Deep was definitely very, very influential.
I
For
feel
sure.
like Prodigy spit a lot of melodic stuff, like a lot of stuff that like from like the Masons and
Mm-hmm.
all like the top, because he says some key things. The moon against
Wisdom.
the sea. Yeah, but hold up, I'm saying but wisdom. But what I'm saying is he spit a lot of codes in music.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Methodical like stuff.
Yes, because when he said the Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body, like secret society trying to keep the eye on me.
Eye on me.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So he already knew before anybody else what was really going on in
Right.
music. You ever see the interviews where he actually tells them that the hip hop police were formed because of Puffy?
Mm.
Yeah.
You ever see that interview?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like he always I don't mean to get off topic with y'all, but he always had, and I always seen this with Prodigy, he always had a like epiphany kind of thing. That's why I wish him and Tupac would have got along to the certain extent, like their records and stuff like that, because I would love to hear the wisdom of him and Pac.
Facts.
A Panther and a Seven. You know what I'm saying? Seven Stars.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's just a lot of things that gone there. But yeah, man, like you keep bringing back memories. So did you ever hear from being in Queens? Like, do you remember when what was his name? Noriega and all of them started dissing LA? Do you remember the West Coast?
Yeah, that was like on the Clue tape. It was LA. Yeah, I remember that. That was like in what, 96, 97. Yeah, that was a wild time because then, Queens kind of took the like Biggie didn't really respond to them, but Queens actually stood up and they, with Capone and Noriega and Strategy, they did the LA, and I think they even did a video for that, in response to New York, Snoop and I think it was DPG record and on a video they did stomping on the buildings and stuff, and yeah, I definitely remember that.
I wanted to see New York, and I'm not trying to sound like get off topic, but when the South took over, I wanted to see somebody strong from New York just going at him, and it just didn't happen. So I feel like you know what happened in New York, man. I feel like everyone got lazy.
I don't think
And
New York artists support each other, to be honest. Like the South, they support each other. Like, they all want to see each other win. New York, they don't do that. They really don't. And that's the problem, I think.
Jealousy. New York rappers, and I always seen it, have always felt like they were better than the other one and didn't let the person that had it really get to shine. Like you watch a lot of people, and I'm gonna say names. I'm gonna drop names. Papoose was somebody that nobody, like if New York would have really, really, really wanted to support him hard, he would probably have been still up there. Saigon, you know what I'm saying? He still would have been up there. It's the radio hosts that failed Papoose and failed Saigon, because they were flooding more down south stuff out here than New York stuff. And Redman said it the best too. He said, "Why is New York radio sound like Atlanta?" And I said, But again, you have people that are still gatekeeping that believe that if they sit there and they play a record from what they're given, it's gonna blow up, but not realizing they're actually hurting the record and they're hurting the artists from New York.
Mm.
That's why a lot of
Mm.
people I won't like. Okay, let's you want to open Pandora's box? Here we go. Pandora's box. Here we go. Drill to me is the worst genre that New York has ever had because we stole the genre from Chicago. How are you going to steal a whole genre and try to shape it and make it different? But then you're going to be like, what about Kanye West and them? No, they embrace the New York culture. We
Right.
try to go and take somebody else's culture and make it into our culture, but we're forgetting the essence.
Right.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
The reason why I'm talking with you guys about this too is because I'm letting the listeners realize too, Bacardi, how you're shaping your music and the way that you're coming out because of the era that you are from, and you see every single walk of life being in hip hop.
Right.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
You
Expression.
understand?
Mhm.
Another ill thing too is, okay, so you're young, and how old were you when that East Coast and West Coast thing went down in hip hop?
I was in my teens, junior high school days. Yeah, like 13, 14, 15. Yeah, it was sad to see because, that was when hip hop was at its peak. You had Tupac,
Right.
you had Snoop on the West Coast, you had Biggie here, Nas, Jay-Z was just about to drop, and hip hop could have took over the world, and instead they were beefing against each other off of, who knows what. And then you had people in here in New York taking sides, and when it really wasn't, I think it was just propaganda. I don't even think it was really off of anything. Like, they said Tupac kind of made up the beef when Biggie really didn't. They were friends. So,
It was
for,
together. Right.
yeah, you wish that it never happened because then they would still be here today, and
Right.
they would probably be the goats for sure. Even though, a lot of people consider Tupac their goat, and I consider Biggie actually my goat. He's my favorite MC of all time just off of 2 albums. Can you imagine he did 10,
Mm.
11 albums,
Right.
About
So,
Biggie and one thing about Pac, man, is everyone's got to realize too that Biggie was Tupac's protege.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm saying that is because he was always around him. He always learned from him when he was coming up. Biggie, he always put him on every. That's why I get mad when people go, "Oh, but who's better, Tupac or Biggie?" I'm like, bro, they both were in the same team for a long time. Like, people, does anybody realize when Juicy came out that Tupac was in the studio with this man like crazy? They don't even mention that Big L and Biggie Smalls used to work side to side, like used to open up here. Biggie would open up for L here. That's what gets me annoyed with these people. They don't ever
Right.
do their
nobody
diligence.
knows the history of stuff. They don't know.
No, because the
The
thing is,
upbringing.
my thing is, how can you say East against West Coast when Pac is born in the East, Biggie is born in the East, they have family inside the East. There's no way that it could have been West Coast against East Coast. Oh, because you don't. It doesn't count if you move to another coast. It matters where you were brought up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, when everyone said East Coast against West Coast, I said it was East Coast against East Coast.
Right.
You really look at it, because if you look at it, Snoop never got into it. You know what I'm saying? Snoop really never got into. He got into the LA, but then when Biggie jumped on it, everybody calmed the whole thing down.
Right.
It's just, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so fast forward to that. What do you feel about the 2000 era? What did you start like? You like 50 Cent? I know you're from
Yeah,
Queens.
yeah. So when 50 Cent dropped in like 2002, 2003, I feel like that really brought New York back. Like, you had Ja Rule that came out a year or two before him, but Ja Rule was, he does great. Ja Rule does great songs, but it wasn't like that New York gritty, back to like Biggie and Nas and Jay. 50 Cent brought New York back. I definitely have to say that, in 2003. And then
Absolutely.
you had Eminem in the 2000s. You had T.I., Ludacris, but 50 Cent for sure. Like in the 2003 to like 2006, 7, along with Kanye. They Kanye, Jay, 50, Luda, Eminem. Yeah, those are the 2000s. they represent him pretty good.
That G Unit
Absolutely.
camp was insane. At one
Yeah.
point, I wonder if the game would have stood
Also
on.
Dipset too. Got to shout out to Dipset. They held the 2000s down also for sure. Cam and Dipset.
And D
Dipset.
Block.
Mm-hmm.
D
And
Block.
D Block
D
for sure.
Block.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite though was what's that famous disc called? Checkmate.
Oh, Jadakiss
Oh
again. Yeah,
man,
they had their
that
own
was
battles.
nasty.
50
That
battled
was
everybody.
nasty
That was
work right there.
that was the hardest.
Mm.
What he said, your glass jaw in the Garden of Nassau. See me put a couple around stars. I see you put a couple round bars.
Behind balls,
Might never
right?
tell.
Right.
He said might never tell that much, but he would bet you 2 cents. I was like, what?
That was crazy.
You an animal? Yo, he was mad.
Live in
You know
Connecticut.
what? You know what's funny though? You could put that battle with Ether.
Mm.
That's a great.
Just
That's a great.
Yeah.
that
Right.
disc,
Ether.
you could put that with Ether. You know what I'm saying?
Ether's hard.
And I'm sorry, Brooklyn, but y'all got buried. And even Jay said he got buried in that remix to Ballin'. He said, everybody said I can't keep up, baby. Not my, but I got strong out to Ether. Wow. I was like,
Mhm.
well, he finally said that he lost the battle. At least he was honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straightforward.
Yo, dude, we were in such great times of hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
I sit back and I like think of our era. And I think about like all the gold, like these kids will never know about sitting there at freaking what do you call that? The pool table. What was it again? Fight night?
Fight
Oh,
Club.
the battles you're
Fight
talking
club.
about?
Fight club. They'll
Mhm.
never know about that. They'll never know about sitting in the street corner really going at each other for hours.
Yeah.
They'll never know about the MySpace, but when the only thing that we had to diss somebody is going to put the record up on our page, and then
Before-
boom,
Before the verses, it was State Property versus
Property.
the Locks. That
Mhm.
was impactful right there.
Yeah, but you know
That
what,
was deep.
man? You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. Seagull really did his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo,
Seagull is a monster.
Yeah.
yeah.
Vicious.
Stay Pro- I wish I would have heard a verse from Jay-Z against Kiss. That would have been insane.
Yes.
Hmm.
But I think he took a little bit of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was just like, I'm done after Nas.
Yeah, he didn't want to take another L.
Dude,
Definitely not.
that Super Ugly record was terrible.
Yeah, it was too personal. Like he got too like that in my opinion.
Yeah, but it wasn't lyrical at all. It was
Yeah.
just talking about him hanging out with his chick, and then all of a sudden
Mhm.
came out with he came out with get yourself a gun.
Mhm.
Man, get yourself a gun. Man, I'm on enemy lines and get yourself.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
The reason
crazy.
I love talking about hip hop with people. You know what
Same
I'm
here,
saying?
family.
It just makes me feel good to know that, you know what I'm saying? I came from a golden era. I didn't come from a what we like to call carbon copy era.
Yeah.
That's why with you with the get to what made you decide to do that, man. Because my listeners want to know.
Like just the way the music came across, it just that's the vibe that hit me
It was
at the
speaking to you.
Yeah, when I was recording.
That's
You
my
know
favorite
that
part.
yeah that song still it's still I'm still trying to push it hard because it's a good track, and Beck, it was a song by him originally, and he blessed me to let me actually use it, and to remix it a little bit. So I would
Who's
love
him?
for
Tell everybody who he is.
his name is Beck. He's a artist from he's still around. He's an artist from the 90s, 2000s. He sold millions of records. He's got like over 10 albums, a lot of gold albums, a lot of platinum albums. So he's a
How did you
world
get in contact with Beck?
just to do the management at first, getting in touch with the management. They wanted to hear the track that I recorded, and they liked it,
Absolutely.
and after they liked it, they're like, well, we need to see if Beck likes it, and if Beck
Right.
likes it, then will get back to you. And Beck was on tour at the time. This is probably in the summer, July, and it took a little while. It took like maybe at least you know, 3 months to just back and forth with the management, and they said, you know, we'll approve it. And so I'm trying to really explode it, because if it does, then you know, I'd even love for him to get on a remix of that song. That would be dope. You
Incredible.
know, so yeah. It's different. You know, it's not
Mm.
your, it's not you don't, you won't hear something sounding like that.
Not absolutely. Mm.
Yeah,
I
man.
like it because it's different. I like it because it's a little different. You know what I mean? It's not the same kind of flavor that the ones I usually play, but it was something different, and you know, it got good hit ups and stuff like that. I'm going to show you that after this stuff, but it got very good reviews, so that was a positive. And why you smiling like that, bastard H?
I always smile, man.
You're scaring my people on the camera. That's cool. I like that. When's the first time you ever performed? When you were younger?
I performed when I was like 17, and it was at a strip club in the Bronx, and yeah, and the problem is that
Drop it like it's hot.
we had an original song, me and my man Ice Blue. We had an original song to perform, and the people that went on right before us, they went over the instrumental to Benjamin's, right, which was like the biggest song ever out at the
About the
time.
Benjamins, baby.
Yeah, and like the whole club like exploded from their performance, and then we went on, and it was like we did our thing, but they, you know, they didn't. It was they never heard our song before, so
Right.
it was cool. But you know, I
That's
wish
cheap.
I
That's
wish we would
cheap.
go.
You
Yeah,
guys are cheap, man. You guys had to use a commercial record just to get your hype. Y'all
yeah,
cheat. They cheated, man. I don't like that.
yeah. I
I
don't
would
like
have been
that
like,
either.
boo.
Hmm.
They actually tried to do that, actually, showcase all of that. And
I would
Yeah,
have
the
told
it
him
was
to
like a
enjoy.
contest too. So
nah,
like, you know,
I went like this to him. Trash. Because I don't like anything between you. I don't like anything that sounds the same.
Right.
I'm weird like that. Like, no offense, there's a lot of people that hand me
It's
records,
horrible. Yeah.
and I go, I'm not playing this. And they're like, why, bro? This is good. I'm not playing it. They're like, why? I
Right.
say, because it sounds like that, man. Like, Sexy Drill, every record sounds the same. I'm like, no, we're not going to play all that. They're seriously, like, they give me a record that sounds the same. So I'm like, where's the creativity? Where's the art? Where's the artistry?
yeah.
It's
I
like
think artists sometimes, like newer artists or some artists, they'll be like that they like a certain song, so they'll try to emulate that song, you know, or
you
emulate
got to
that
be
style. You know.
authentic. You know, they just have to be authentic, be themselves, and create. You know, just show exactly what you brainstorming and put it out there. You'd be surprised.
Hmm.
Nah, a lot of them just trash. A lot
Yeah.
of them are just throwaways.
Yeah.
I don't. If he doesn't bring me something, or one of the other guys that are close to me don't bring me anything, if I don't hear anything, I won't play it. I don't
That's a
care
fact.
if this dude is popping. And because the thing about me is, I watch regions. These other people, they just want, okay, my region is popping. Everybody likes this sound, because we go to other cities. I don't even know none of these people. So to me, when I see that and I go and I talk to like a normal person that's popping in their city, and they're like, "Yo, bro, I never heard of." And you go, "Oh," and it goes, "Yeah, don't be bringing them." You know what I'm saying? And I was like, "Okay." That's how they talk to me. You feel what I'm saying? They'll be like, "Yo,
Wow.
I said, you sure?" And you go, "No." Listen, I'm real. I'm not a sugarcoater, bro. This is what you gotta tell him. I don't like what people gonna hear. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't like none of that. If I hate the record, I'm gonna be like, we can't do nothing with this trash. They'll be like, oh my god. Like everyone always calls me the Puerto Rican K Slay. Because I'll tell you,
Right.
get out of here before I tell you to come over here.
Right.
Because you got to prove something to me. I'm from a very messed up era. These people have very bad headaches. They're very angry, and they're not nice. When we used to have to take the mic, they were not nice. They'd be
That's
like,
a
yo,
fact.
kid. They'd be like, yo, kid, you're gonna have some hot or we're gonna kick your legs out. Like, what? Take that mic, all of a sudden you say, when they're done. You're laughing. Y'all two are laughing, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
Of course.
Y'all seen it. Y'all seen them. Y'all seen those kicks, the Timberland kicks, right on the leg, or someone stepping on somebody's thing, and all of a sudden the mic flings and they grab it. That's what
Yeah.
the kids are missing. Kids are
Yeah.
missing a straight up foot up your ass. That's what they're missing.
Authentic.
We're all laughing right now, but we're being honest right now. Them kids are
This
missing a sweet kick
they're missing
up
discipline,
their
you
ass.
know. Discipline.
But
Mhm.
that's what the artist is missing nowadays. Like, I don't want to keep seeing girls go, You're like, what are you doing? Powerful. We want some powerful females out there. We want females that want to show sexiness, but at the same time have a mind. You know what I'm saying? And she makes you like want her with her brain, not sitting there going,
Mhm.
look at this shake.
I
shake.
miss Lauren
Intelligence.
Hill. Where's Lauren? I need her
Okay.
song like her back.
Yeah. Intelligence. Intelligence and impact. Impactful.
Yeah, and it just went plane crash.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what got me really annoyed with artists nowadays. Like, I wish Aaliyah would have lived. I wish Left Eye would have lived. I
Left
don't
Eye
know
was
between
amazing.
that. Now, this is my question to y'all. If Aaliyah lived or Left Eye lived, where would Beyonce be?
Mm.
I think we all know that.
No, I think Beyonce has talent, to be honest, and I think she's, she doesn't really rap, and Aaliyah was more like a hip hop kind of beat singer. Like Beyonce, I think is a little more soulful. You know, I think Beyonce definitely would still be able to have a lane for her. I don't know
It
about some
would
other
be
singers, but
a lane, but when it comes towards like Aaliyah, like the way that she was moving was rapidly. It was real. It was really.
I
It
don't
wasn't
think
repetitive.
I
She was
don't
in
think
movies. She got in movies quick.
yeah.
You know, the
I
videos
don't
is
think
coming out. The
Beyonce
song is coming out. She's buzzing on the radio. Like everything towards a triple threat was Aaliyah.
I
Aaliyah was a
don't think
triple threat.
Beyonce would have I think Beyonce would have been second.
mm,
Because Aaliyah already had double platinums. She
Right.
wasn't in no girl band. You know what I'm saying? And she had DMX when he was
Genuine, natural.
DMX.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, because the thing is, you look at her, bro. She already went double platinum before she was like, what, 17?
Yeah,
mhm.
in the teens.
You know what I'm saying? So, my thing with, you know what I'm saying? So, that's the question. Everybody asks, I think that's the question I always want to ask somebody. Because we were just watching it. We were sitting down and we were just watching everything. We were just watching the whole thing with Aaliyah and everything like that. We were like, wow.
She'd be such a trendsetter. She'd be
I
such
wonder
a
where
leader for
Left
the
Eye.
women.
I wonder where Left Eye would have been.
Well,
Imagine.
TLC would have stayed together, and they probably would have been, even way bigger than they were,
Mm.
probably.
Impacting the music. Impactful. Yeah, I can see that.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Waterfalls.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're gonna change it.
Oh no. No, no,
I'm
no,
gonna,
no,
I'm gonna put it right inside with your head. Make you chase waterfalls. But seeing all of those influences, right, from LL, right, all the way to 50 Cent. Do you feel like where do you feel like your style fits in?
I feel like and I also I failed to mention Wu Tang. Like Wu Tang had so
Wu
many
Tang
different.
Clan ain't nothing to
Yeah,
play with.
Wu Tang had so many different lyricists, and like I really looked up to Ghostface, Killer, who just the way the material that he would talk about and his rhyme style of different like variation of things was very very influential to me when I would be writing. So I think like growing up in New York, you get so much of a mix of so many different artists that you don't even know who's really motivating you and who's not. So it's such a melting pot of different artists from different boroughs, and everyone probably plays a role in influencing you somehow, which is a good thing. And I think that that's probably what ultimately happened with me. Got a little influence from everybody here and there.
You learn from the greats. You know,
Hmm.
that's gonna happen. You know, that makes sense. Absorb that.
Yeah.
Now, Ghostface Killer killed it when he was on the piano. And
Yeah.
it's
All
called
that I got is you. On that.
Yes, man. He killed it on that record. He killed it on, and I'm gonna say Special Delivery. When he had
Hmm.
the thing like this, remember he had the big, huge. Yeah.
Yeah, to me, he
Special
had classic
Delivery.
albums. Like he's kind of underrated. I think like Raekwon and Method are more, maybe more mainstream than but his catalog. If you look at it, his
King the
catalog
brain, the pain, the cocaine.
he's got like 15 albums deep of just
He's ridiculous.
real good hip hop.
One of the cats out here are actually signed to his Jux. I think it's called Jux City. You ever
There's
hear that?
a female artist, right, from Long Island, Roosevelt, I think, right?
Yeah, but then you got Reek the Villain that's underneath that.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Rick the villain. Mm-hmm.
And Reek the Villain is a friend of mine and stuff like that. And I'm gonna say
Dope.
this right now, he held the torch for a minute in Long Island. He still has it. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Because ain't nobody else. Everybody wants to see Charlie and the other cats. I'm like, yeah, but
Salute to Rick the
they
villain,
didn't
man.
get. You know what I'm saying? Like, each your own as a young guy, man. Big shout out to them. They're doing the thing. But Reek is like one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not ever
Right.
scared to say that. You know what I'm saying? Out of my era. I don't like when people can't give somebody props that, you know what I'm saying, like really done it.
Right.
I don't downplay anybody. But you who have you collaborated with that is mainstream?
Um, Nobody specifically mainstream. I collaborated with Royal Flush. He's a friend of mine, and he's a legend in Queens, legend in actually in hip hop. Everyone knows who Royal Flush is. I did a few songs with him. Um, but as far as collaborating, with someone super mainstream, no one as of yet. I would love to, but I haven't had that opportunity yet.
I look at Royal Flush as being mainstream. Because
Yeah.
if people know you in the industry, they always know you.
Yeah, I wish he blew up more than he has, and I still feel like his best work is yet to come. But he definitely has. He did songs with everybody, so yeah, for
Now
sure.
I always like when he does the K Slate joints.
Hmm.
I always like when Floyd Rush always does the case. What is it? The freestyles? What do you call
He's
that? The
he's an
50
incredible
50
lyricist.
freestyle. Nah, he's dope. I like Royal Flush. Me and him get very long. He's a really good dude. He's good friends with everybody. He sometimes comes to the studio out here and stuff like that. Does records and stuff like that with some people I know. Big shout out to him though. He's a really good dude.
Shout out to Royal Flush for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's very humble and
Very very down to earth, very approachable.
it makes me crack up every time I see him. I was like, yeah, yeah, the best. He's like, no, you are. I'm like, no, you are. Because he is. To me, honestly, a dude that can keep that much in the game for a long time, you got to give it up.
Hmm.
And I
Definitely,
don't give it up to a lot of you cornballs, but I'm going to give it up to Royal Flush because he's the real deal.
definitely shout out to
Salute to
Royal Flush.
Royal Flush. You already know. All day.
But
That's
you
the
got,
king.
Mhm.
so you got any other projects you're working on?
Yeah, we still have a few more singles to release. I have this album I'm looking to drop with Pele. He's on a few of my singles. This is Queens, Yo Gaba on the Life Again single that with H is on as well. We have an album coming out called Prescription to Rap, and
I like that.
we're looking to drop it. We don't have a release date as of yet, but definitely should be coming in the next month or two. And we got after 10 songs on there, and then after that I'll be doing my solo project, and I got another 10 songs on there. I'm working also on an EP with producer from Rochester, New York. His name is Hoax, Hoax, and he's a dope producer, kind of has like a Derringer Alchemist type of sound. So I'm working on a few different projects for sure.
But don't forget about Life Again, man. That
Yeah.
record right there.
Yeah, we have a video just recently dropped called Life Again, and it has like electronic kind of sound. It was produced by James Marvel. He signed to Sony Records, and he's like an electronic EDM producer, and he kind of remixed the original version of the song that we did, and it definitely has this unique type of sound, and hopefully it catches on for sure. That'll be the
I'm
next
excited.
single.
I'm excited
Hmm.
about that record. It's a good record. There's nothing like a record that just like brings impact, but a good vibe, a good feel. You know,
Hmm.
it's
Just it's
good.
that feel
You
good
know,
music, it's just feel
yeah.
good.
I think I
So
listened to that record. I listened to that record,
I think you have.
Life again? Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure you have.
and I said it
Mhm.
sounded like a little bit of like Lupe Fiasco's joint, right? That's what
I'm
it
not sure.
Mhm.
reminds
Each
me
is that the one you saw, or that might have been Volley Serve.
That's probably served.
Yeah,
of. Okay.
we got a lot of records, a lot.
Well, I'm just waiting, man. We here.
I'm excited.
DNA is here to support, man, and we just waiting, man. We waiting to see what you're gonna come with this year. Came with the heat with that, but I feel like that was just you just warming up.
Where I feel you on that. Oh, hope it is. We're just warming up, just getting started. You know, have a long way to go.
So, what makes you much different than any other rapper?
I'm not a gangster rapper. I'm not a drug dealing rapper. I'm not, you know, I'm just me. I got a family. I work. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to rap about my life, and I'm trying to get original beats, original music behind it with different type of content that's not what you hear on the radio today.
Everyday
So
basis, right?
yeah, I
Right.
want them to, when they hear me, I want them to say, who is that? Because he doesn't sound like anybody out, and I like how he's sounding. I like the music behind it, and the songs are not going to be the same. You'll never hear a song like "Wow" that I did. You know what I'm saying? And you won't hear it
Right.
again. So, "Life Again" is totally different than "Wow." Not to say that every single song is totally different, but like your favorite artists, they don't sound the same in every song, and I want
Right.
people to say Ben McCarty has different types of music that could. It, I have a song called "This Is Queens," which is with Pelly, and it's a street song. It's from about Queens. It's a straight hip hop song. But Wow is not like that. Life Again is not like that. So it's just variations. Just like everyone has different personalities, and you have 20 different friends. They're all different. I want to put out 20 songs, and a female will like this song, a street dude will like this song, a worker will like this song, a family man will like this song, so they could take their pick and say, I like a little bit of everything Ben McCarty does.
Right.
That's
Relatable.
smart. You're making a very big. You're making a variety of records for people to come out and really just pick from which one they want. I like
Yeah,
that.
and I mean some people like my crew, they'll love every song I do. So then you'll have your straight fans that we will love everything that I do, and I hope that's the case. But not everyone loves every song that somebody does. But I hope when it gets more out there and myself gets more known, people will adapt to it more and they'll start to feel and like every single one of them.
No, they definitely will,
Absolutely.
man. They definitely will. And you know what, brother? It's been a pleasure talking to you, my G.
I
Tell
appreciate
everybody where
you.
they can find you.
So I'm on IG, Ben_Bacardi. Um, at TikTok, Bacardi is here 2024. And on YouTube, Benjamin Bacardi. Not Ben Bacardi, but Benjamin Bacardi. And I appreciate you. And hope you all turn in and tune in, and I appreciate H as well for helping me out with this project we've been working on.
Absolutely.
Listen, man,
Absolutely.
everybody, you better get Ben Bacardi. And if you don't get Ben Bacardi, then stop drinking liquor. I'm playing.
That's a fact.
That's right.
But listen, like I tell everybody, look at my eyes right now. This dude has been killing it. We're gonna be keep playing this stuff, man. I want people to start tuning in, listening, and definitely get in tune with him. Say hello to him, help him out, man, because he's a dope artist. And a lot of times, I tell a lot of people, the artist is okay, but no, this artist is dope. So definitely tune into Bacardi, man. Fired, knows what he
Appreciate you,
does,
man.
man. Works as hard as he can, as well as this man right here. Tell everybody what you do.
Shout out to the trendsetters, the risk takers, the kings, the queens. Ready to know what it is yours truly, Ambassador H, Music Network Media 247. You know the platform, DNA platform is incredible. It's astounding. And we here to give back. We're here to give back to the artists that are coming up. They're doing what they do best and putting out their craft, putting out their arts. So, you know, we're really, really excited. You have what it takes. You can contact us again, Music Network Media 247.com or Music Network Media 247 Instagram. That's the handle. We here. And again, I appreciate Energetic. We got many things happening, many things in store. Bacardi is making noise. Make sure y'all go to Spotify and all platforms and hit like
Oh,
again.
word. That's another thing. I mean, it's on all platforms, Spotify, all that, for sure.
And make sure y'all tune in because you already know. And you know me, man. I gotta keep it for my other peeps too, man. And y'all know who
Amazing.
y'all with. And y'all know who y'all with. Y'all know who y'all with. And I keep telling everybody, man, definitely tune into me. Tune into my man too as well, Bastard H, as well as my man Ben Bacardi. And again, if y'all don't like Bacardi, y'all better stop drinking y'all liquor. You heard? You already know. It's your
That's
boy,
offending.
DJ Energetic, man, and we gonna be back next week with more fire, ladies and gentlemen.